Hi everybody. I'm kind of going to do this little video on this Link-Belt 238. I got a comment from a viewer. Asked me to get a couple of close-ups. So I'm going to do some close-ups and I'm going to go over the reeving of the A-arm, or they call it a mast on the instructions. What my problem is you can see that this lines up better with this second pulley. It's almost closer to the third pulley if you really look at it. But when I ran this like they tell you to, which is like this, it shows you coming off this first pulley and it shows it right in line with this, but it's not. This pulley is like way over here. So I tried to do it like this. Now they have a crossover because the tie off is on the same side as the drum reels off on, which is this side. So they do a crossover right here so they can get it to the back of the pulley so it comes down like this. And they've skipped these pulleys for some reason. Now my problem was this just kept jumping off. And going back over here, you can kind of see why. If I put it here, it's pulling it here, and it just jumped off and it would lay on this little idler thing here. So I started on the second pulley. I came up and I crossed over to the first pulley, which might be hard to see in this. You can see the crossover. So what I did was I just drew it on here. I'm no artist, so excuse my poor drawing. Like I said, my idler comes here more than there. It does not look like that. It comes over here. So I came to this second pulley. I did my crossover and came to the other side of this first pulley. Came around, down and around, over to this one, and just finished it off, looping them like you normally would loop them, and did the tie off. And right there you can see the tie off. It's right there. Maybe I should just use my little pointer. It's right there. There's my little insulation. And you can see that it does come off this last one here. And comes straight back down to where that is. And it actually lines up not that bad. It's just off a little bit. So that's about the main thing. And through here, well, maybe you can see it here, the way that crosses over right there and comes over to the first one. So if you do it like that, if your pulley is over this far like mine is, I'll show it again. It does not look like they're drawing. And you can see it's kind of off of it just a little bit. Once you up and down on the boom, it'll pull it toward it a little bit. But that was my only problem with that. Other than that, I did use the pendant straps that come off this 1300. There they are right there. You can see it's the same thing. And that is that 1300. I love that thing. I didn't like the little cheap things they had, but they do give them to you and they'll hold. I just thought these would be better. So I put them in, although they are not necessary. You can use the ones that come with it. My only other problem, they don't seem to give you enough wire. I made sure I rewound this drum for the mast or A-arm, And I rewound this drum because that'd be the main drum and it's going to have several pulleys. But this one looks like it's got enough to run for the whip line if I want to do it. I just got it taped down so it doesn't uncoil. There were no real other issues with this. I did glue these because they tended to flop around a little bit. These I went ahead and glued on because they don't snap in or anything like that. But as long as I got them up off the floor, I went ahead and glued them on so they'd stay. I really didn't have any other real problem with it. The reeving, if you watch the video, it shows you how I supported this and put weight on it. It shows how I do the reeving on these things. It makes it a little bit easier. And yeah, there was no other issue. This was a pretty easy model to put together, G. So if you do have any other issues, by all means, hit me up in the comment section, and I'll get you any other close-ups you need. I suppose the only other close-up is going to be this. And you can see how I'm going to try to get enough light on it. When you come up here, you have to go through here. You can't bring your wire up on top of here. It's kind of hard to see here. Maybe there. It's got to come through that and down to your first one here. And I did make that mistake of bringing it just right over the top here because it's pretty standard on most of these. But obviously not this one. So you live and learn. That shows you I'm no pro at these things, so don't think I am. I just figured a couple of things out and make it easy for myself. Yeah, I don't know what else to show you as a close-up. Nothing else took any real big problem. Put it together like the instructions show, and it should all go together pretty good. All I would do, G, is wait for your boom sections to reeve your pulley. Because, yep, you'll be taking that off. And these go in pretty easy. Adding them is the same as putting them together, really. So you shouldn't have any problem with it. However, if you do, hit me up in the comment section, bro, and I'll get with you. All right, there you go, G. Anything else I can get close-ups for you, let me know, and I'll do my best for you. Thanks, man, and have a good day.